Hey, Cortavius here. 200 relics. I have not farmed or forged relics in a while. And I got a whole bunch of these, as you can see. And kind of one of the highlights is, if I can move myself, one of the big highlights here is I do have 100 Chaos Awakes Mythicals that I got in that one path thing. So that'll probably be the last ones I pull on this. So got a 20% chance at Mythical there. But I do have some other ones. I do wish I had 9 more of those in the Chimera, and that I hadn't left my clan. But all right, we have 200 of these to forge, so let's get cracking.
Hey, before we go on, click the link in the description right now, and you can get the great legendary poisoner, Narma, along with 3 epics. You get Anax, Mausoleum Mage, and the best epic in the game, Uugo, as you progress. All you have to do is follow 4 steps. Step 1, log out Play and Play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid, complete the tutorial. And step 4, go to your inbox, Narma's there waiting. These 4 free champions will give you an insane head start in raid, so click on that link before it expires.
All right, I will try and burn through these. I'll talk about each one as it comes up if it's something different, and then once I've shown what's here, we're going to see a whole bunch of the same stuff. So rare receives 5% less damage from enemies under a provoke debuff. Okay, so once we see dupes, then I will just keep burning past those because we do have 70 of these to pull. Molten Death Bell, another rare, whereas turn meter increased by 10% when applying stun. So that's an interesting Armand's one, but I'd rather have Wand of Submission on him. But for those that place debuffs, if you don't have something better, you get some accuracy and some turn meter. So that's decent. I expect we'll see more of those. We have, what do we have here? An 84% chance of getting a rare. I have a 0.01% chance of getting a mythical out of these. So, well, we're in the game. Diadem of Undeath, whereas defense increases by 1% for each ally under an ally protection buff placed by them. Well, I guess it keeps them alive longer. So we're doing Chimera, so we have a 50% chance to get a standard relic and then a 50% chance of pulling Chimera relics. Molten Death Bell, we've seen that one. Let's just keep rolling. More Mask of Rage. I wish there is not a 10 pull here, right? I'm not missing the 10 pull. I guess most people don't wait this long to build these up. Chimera group turn meter reduction effects are boosted by 15%. So you get some HP, some accuracy, and some defense. Not a bad rare one. So all rares so far. We're not getting anything exciting. We're out of the standard group there. 2% less damage if deep. Not exciting. Whereas 20% chance to deal 10% more damage when attacking. So for damage dealers, it's not a bad little relic for a rare. Better than nothing. Unholy Grail from the standard group. 2% more damage if under any debuffs. Not that I want to be under debuffs when I'm attacking. Ooh, we got Epic from the standard group, Guild and Dragonstone, whereas defense increases by 1% each time they receive damage. So I guess if we try to keep someone alive, you get some defense stats, some resistance, some HP. Well, at least we got one epic out of that. That was a 15% chance of that happening. I don't think we're beating the odds here. Another Molten Death Bell. Blasphemy. Journal of Necrotis, where there's heals and turn meter increase effects applied to all allies are boosted by 15%. Not bad. You get some HP and you make your healer a little more effective. Unholy Grail again. I guess I got to figure out whether I'm combining those or just slapping those on champs all over the team. Team meter reduction effects. We're like 20 in already. They're rare. Getting through the less exciting ones. Diadem of Undeath. Yeah. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to pause this and I'll bring you back if I get something other than a rare. Hey, we got the Golden Elixir. So that one where is instantly healed by 10%. So that's the one that's been used on the stage 30 of the event dungeon. Although they just nerfed the boss, but kind of made it harder. So I don't know that you need the Golden Elixir anymore, since now it has Smite instead of the blessing that was used at the Golden Elixir for. So I don't know. Maybe you don't need that one as much anymore. Oh, we got an epic one at least. So, all right. I will put you back on hiatus. And we got another Golden Elixir. So now I can really build the event dungeon team that doesn't do that what it needs to do anymore. All right, so we still have 40 of these. I'll keep you around for 2 more and then I'll put you back on pause. But let's see if there's magic being pulled because you're paying attention. Hey, give me something good. Golden elixir. Hey, we haven't seen that one yet, huh? That's a third golden elixir. I'm going to have golden elixir all over the place. So, not that exciting when you already have 3 of them on the account to get a 4th, but I guess what I need to do is start combining these because they only give us space for like 200 of these, and then you're going to run out of space. So you either got to throw them on champs or you got to start using them to rank up other ones like you would potion keeps, potion farming, combining to make better ones, which is what Plarium thought we'd do. But the thing is, you get stats for all these to put stats on your champs. So it seems like you'd spread these around to any champ you use. You at least put some kind of a relic on them instead of just combining them until you have all your champs have some kind of a relic at least, and then maybe you start combining them. So maybe we're just not there yet. I don't know, but nobody in the game, or nobody in the content creator, had a 6-star one at their dev meeting, so not surprising. All right, I'll put you back on pause. And of course, as soon as I did that, I got a new epic one we hadn't seen. Demonic Effigy, whereas turn meter increases by 10% whenever one of their allies dies. So I guess that's good for a reviver. You get some HP, some resistance, and speed. Ooh, oh, that's at level 15, so I don't know how much speed that's gonna give. Interesting. Not too exciting to me, but interesting. Now we got a new epic from the Chimera group, the Scroll of the Unseen, whereas damage increases by 1% each time any other champion takes a turn when the wearer is under Veil or Perfect Veil buff stacks up to 30%. That's interesting. Damage resets if the wearer takes a turn. So I guess in a fight like Chimera or Hydra, maybe where you're gonna have to have other people take turns, so this champ would have to be slower and under a veil so they got a chance to stack the damage. So it takes some work, but you can make that do something for you, I guess. All right, we're down to 11 of these, so I'll keep you around. And let's see if we can get something out of these last rares. So we've seen, 5 or 6 epics, maybe half dozen easy. I feel like that's probably on par for the rates I should see. Nothing great. And then no legendaries and no mythicals, albeit there was no chance for that to happen. But out of 70, you were kind of hoping to at least have the odds just once proc that 0.5%, just like pulling a shard. Orb of Transfixion from the Chimera group. 10% chance to steal 1 random buff when attacking a target. This effect cannot be resisted, occurs once per skill. Not a great chance, but maybe as you upgrade it, I'm sure you get better chances than 10%. So maybe that gets up to 20% or something. You get some HP, accuracy, and speed. So the stats could definitely be helpful. I don't know that stealing a buff is the biggest thing on my list to do, but the stats themselves would probably be valuable. Out of blasphemy. We got 3 of these left after this. Running out of chances to get my 5% chance. Come on, 5%. Oh, golden elixir. Hey, I haven't seen that one. We got 6 golden elixirs, I think, on the account now. Oh, golden dragonstone. So that one we've seen from the standard group. Last one. Come on, give me my 170 of these we pulled. No gold. Not happening. All right, we got a couple of these, or 24 of these, sorry. So this one we got a 36% chance of epic, so hopefully we see more epics. A 4% chance of legendary, and still 60% chance of getting rares. Wow. Hey, legendary on the first one. Hand of Uncreation from the Chimera group reduces the chance of applying debuffs, stealing or removing buffs, stealing turn meter, or increases skills cooldowns against the wearer by 10%, and that probably buffs up as you upgrade it. Accuracy, resistance, and speed stats. Yeah, I like that one. I think you could do stuff with that. So that's pretty good. All right, we got a rare. At least we got gold once there, so that's already above the odds. That was only a 4% chance that it happened. We got that on the first one. Nice. That may be the last one we see. We'll see. So we had a 0.1% chance for 0.01. We're up to a 0.05% chance of a mythical. That seems like not gonna happen, right? The odds of that are astronomically low. 4% chance for gold, though, which I kind of think we're down to gold. I feel like we've pulled the epics on this. I don't remember how many epics there are. Yeah, Demonic Effigy we've seen from the standard group. I think we've seen the epics that we're going to be able to get here. So I think we are pretty much hoping for gold. Get something different. Golden elixir! Hey, look at that. Sure hope there's another reason to use the gold elixir outside of the event dungeon. Let me know if anybody's watching this, if you can still use that golden elixir. in the event dungeon. That's one thing the optimizer doesn't let you see, other demonic effigy, is what relics people are wearing, and I think you really need that now. Orb of Transfixion from the Chimera group. 10% chance to steal 1 random buff. Yeah, we've seen that. Okay. Another rare. With the Irithic Coronet, that's actually a nice one. Rare's damage increases by 1% each time they place a debuff. So anybody from a Thor to a Ninja to Carnage, anybody who's placed in debuffs, you know, I mean, you can put that on epics, you know, can do more damage. So that's a nice one to get. That's a nice one to have multiple copies of, actually, because you can put that on multiple champs that place debuffs. So that's a nice one. I'm happy to get that one. I think I already have a couple on the account, but as I said, I think you could use a number of those till you get better relics. Orb of Transfixion, seeing you. 36% chance of epics. Another Orb of Transfixion. I wonder if I should have saved some of these until they come out with more relics. Scroll of the Unseen we have seen, but I'm just kind of motivated to take a chance at getting some of those cool legendary and mythical ones that are out there. All right, the last one we can pull from here. Give me the 0.05, give me the 0.05. No, we get a rare. All right, we got 5 of these. 40% chance of legendary, a 0.5%? Man, that's nothing on a mythical. That sucks. I think this is the one, though. I think this is the one where Chimera group, Stormcaller and Chronocube would definitely be cool. The one I want more than anything on here is this, when we get to the Chaos Awakes, this Crown of Corruption, it gets a ton of speed. So if there's anything I'm going to get, it's when we get to the Chaos Awakes ones. Man, what I want that Crown of Corruption. That would be crazy. All right, let's see what we can do. We got a 0.5% chance, but we definitely want to see gold here. 40% chance. Come on. Got gold. Wand of Submission. Hey, I'll take another one of those. That's definitely very helpful. Chance to reflect, really good in PvP more than anything. Just a chance to reflect the crowd control stuff that comes back at you. You know, so the Armands and, you know, I'm blanking on Fabian, you know, those type of champs that are just putting all kinds of stuff up there. You got a chance to put that back on them. I mean, that's really helpful. Gilded Dragonstone is an epic, unfortunately. We've seen that one. Come on, give me another gold. Give me another gold. We got to see another 40% chance. Come on, don't give me epics. Give me gold on this. So much work, so many manual runs. Gore Crescent, so we got gold. Whereas next attack after killing an enemy deals 20% more damage. And you get attack, crit damage, and speed. I'll take that. That's a nice pull. I gotta figure out who I put these things on, but that's a nice one. And which ones do you upgrade? It's so hard to upgrade these, getting the materials to upgrade, that if you have a bunch of these, you really gotta choose which one you're gonna invest in. All right, last chance. 0.5% chance, give me mythical! Hand of Uncreation. Reduces the chance of applying debuff, stealing, or removing buff. Okay, so we've seen this one, so it's now another one. I'm just not sure how useful that is, but hey, we're there. All right, that's Chimera group. Let's go to Alice's Adventure. We only have rares and epics here, so I'm not expecting much. Mask of Rage from the standard group, so we didn't even get an Alice Adventure one. Standard group again, so this shows you what sucks about that 50% chance that you don't even get them from the event group. Third standard one, I mean, that just pisses you off. They're all rares, and they're all from the standard group. I hate that. Fourth one from standard. I mean, you can only get these so limited, and you've got a crap chance to get them anyway. It's only 4% chance for legendary. That 50% chance to get standard just pisses me off. Patterns Reserve, I've got a couple on the account. Not too exciting, actually. Gilded Dragonstone from the standard group again. So, wow. Only one from Alice Adventure out of those. All of them were from the standard group. That sucks. Now, let's do these live arena ones. Not expecting much. We got an 84% chance of being disappointed. At least we got it from the live arena group. Whereas a 20% chance to decrease incoming damage by 10%. All right. That'll go up in percentage as you buff it, if you actually invested in that relic. And from the standard group again. So we are doing well to pull the 50% of stuff we just don't want to see. The RNG in this game can definitely be irritating. Spinning Circle, Royal Digit, Live Arena Group. Whereas a 20% chance to decrease incoming damage by 10%. Okay. Well, that's Live Arena. That one's gone. I guess we'll work our way down the list here. You know what? We got 4 of those clan ones, so let's do these faction war ones. So from the faction wars, what are we hoping for? We got a couple mythicals we're not going to see. There's a couple golds in here you could get. So the Arachne Elixir is pretty fun. Honestly, I wouldn't mind rares in here because I wouldn't mind a couple more Arachne Elixirs. I might even put another one on another Cavalax. It's just fun. All right, let's see what we can get. So Faction Wars, Craft. We got the Codex Luminous. That's my first one. I've only made one of these, I think. Or receive 5% less damage from champs that have a different affinity. All right. Well, they got a chance to weak hit anyway. Now they got a chance to do less damage. Not too exciting, but it's rare. Another codex. At least we're not getting the standards. Those are both from the Faction Wars. Arachne Elixir. All right. I wonder, I got 2 Cavalaxes in the account. I wonder if you can actually put 2 Cavalaxes along with TX. Problem is they're not the same faction, so you don't get the benefits. Now we're doing really well to pull these from the group, though. Another Arachne Elixir. Beware my Cavalax army. I should put that on my classic arena defense just for fun. No better odds here, though. No epics at all out of this. All rares. 84% chance of that happening, but not one epic yet. Come on, give me one epic. Nothing. That's disappointing. All right, this one we got a 36% chance of epic. Don't give me 2 more rares. Rare. Come on. Give me something good. We have not pulled one mythical, not beaten the odds yet. All right, Hammer of Ending, that's new. Whereas a 50% chance to place an unresistible stun debuff on a single target whenever they reduce the target's HP by 30% or more with a single skill. Okay, and you get some HP, attack, and crit damage. So you put it on an HP nuker? Rolly? I don't know. There's other relics I'd rather have, I guess. All right, well, that's Faction Wars. So now let's do these clan ones. What can I get out of the clan? Murderfang, Chrysalis of Rebirth. Nothing in here really strikes me as something I remember. So I guess we'll find out if we pull something. Well, we'll pull something, but we'll see what we get. Now, it could be a lot of the standard group, right? The Flesh Render, whereas it increases the damage of each hit on their next attack by 3% of any surplus heal when self-healing. Damage cannot be by more than 20,000 reset after each attack. Somebody who heals themselves and then does damage? Yeah, I'm not even sure what that means to me, to be honest. Who self-heals and then does damage? I guess maybe you could do that from sets or masteries though too, I guess. So that could still work. Doesn't have to be from a skill. Oh, we got Clan Infernal Sphere, where resistance increased by 2% for every 5% of HP lost, stacks up to 20%. Not bad if we're in a resistance meta. Problem is resistance has really been killed in this game by all these blessings and empowerment and all that other stuff. So not really sure what that does for me. All right, Clan. We have a 36% chance of epics now. Let's see some epics. Black Shroud Fan, 2% less damage. Okay. No, we have not seen any mythicals. Nothing crazy pulled yet this whole time. Gilded Dragonstone, we have seen you many times from the standard group. Another rare. Man, these are disappointing, that's for sure. Another Rod of Blasphemy. Another Rod of Blasphemy from the standard group. 2 rares in a row from these. Come on, close it out with something good. Demonic Effigy from the standard group again. Yeah, that really sucked. Not allowing a lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. All right. So we got 4 of these. We're guaranteed not to get rare. We got a 50% chance of getting a standard one again, but a 40% chance of gold from the group. Come on. We got gold. Want a submission again? All right. As I said, I think you can have multiples on the account, so we'll take that. I'm not going to complain about one of the submissions. There's probably a limit to how many you really want, but 2 gold in a row. Aspect of Sarath. I think that's new. When wearer receives fatal damage, reduces by 50% of their turn meter, fully reduces their turn meter. Ooh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. That's the irritating one when you're arena and you kill some dude, the guy just doesn't die and you don't know why. Well, maybe he's wearing this relic, so that's a nice one to get. That's a nice one to get. Aspect of Sarath. That's the first one on this account. I will take that. Definitely happy with that one. Golden Elixir again. That's disappointing, but we just got a good one. Come on, one more. Give me one more gold. One more gold. There we go. Nice. Essence Quencher from the group. Whereas damage is increased by 20% of the target's current turn meter. And in PvP, their turn meters are going to be high. Damage cannot be increased by more than 10%. Ow, that's disappointing. That might, as you scale that up though, that might grow. 10% more damage is 10% more damage, right? So that could be a good one. All right, that's it for Clan. We are down to the final group, Chaos Awakes. This is where, man, I really want to get that. What did I say I want to get? Chaos Awakes. This Crown of Corruption. Man, what I want the Crown of Corruption. Come on. Oh, that's a mythical. I got a 0.01% chance on these. Yeah, standard group are out of blasphemy. Welcome to reality. That ain't happening, dude. Mask of Rage. Okay, these are the rares. 84% chance of disappointment. Hey, Demonic Effigy. Well, that's standard group again, so we're not even getting them from... Okay, well, that's what you'd expect. Garbage. All right, we got a 0.05% chance of getting that mythical out of here. No, you don't. You got a 0.025% chance because you got a 50% chance it's not even from this group. Come on. Break the odds. Beat the odds. Standard group again. Another journal. Stupid rare from your epics. Come on, you can't get these Chaos Awakes everywhere. Don't give me another standard rare. All right, Grail of Agony. That's new. When enemies steal or decrease the wearer's turn meter, that wearer instead loses 2% max HP for every 1% turn meter that would have been lost or stolen. Dang, can kill the wearer. So for Armands, that could be impactful, right? That could definitely be impactful for someone who's trying to steal all your turn meter. So wouldn't that just kill an Armands? Because he's trying to steal 100% of your turn meter, most likely. Say it's 95%. You only need to hit 50 and he hits 100% max HP. I think that's kind of crazy. I think that's a good one. I'll take that. Oops, not that one. Don't want to mix. All right, I will take that. I like the looks of that one. You gotta look into that one to see if people use it that way. Sinner's Cloak. Wearer receives 1% defense for every 15% HP missing. I don't know, that's not much defense to make up for a whole lot of lost HP, though. Golden Elixir! We've seen that one many times. All right, come on, last chance. Give me something. Give me the 4%. Give me the 4%! Dang. All right, now we're down to the big boys. The grand finale. 40% chance of gold. 0.5% for that mythical. Come on, 0.5%. No, 0.25% because I got the stupid 50%. Come on, come on, come on, beat the odds. Hey, Gaze of Damnation, we got an epic, which sucks. Whereas deals 2% more damage for each skill activated, receives 1% less damage per skill not activated, stacks up to 5% by enemies under fear or true fear. Okay, really know that excites me much. Pretty conditional. Come on, we got an epic. 40% chance of gold here. Don't give me epics. Gold! Skull of Treason! HP burn, debuff placed by the wearer will deal 10% more damage. Ooh, I do like that one. I don't have Sulfurion on this account, who I'd love to have with that, but at least we got the relic. So if I could pull Sulfurion, who is one of my most wanted, because then I could put him with my TX team and put this relic on him, man, that would be great. So I think that's really a PvP thing, because HP burn and PvE just 10% more wouldn't mean much. So it's really a PvP, people who are trying to burn through stone skins. So I will take that. That's a nice one to get because you can only get them out of the Chaos Awakes. That's a nice one to get. I'm really happy with that one. Come on, 0.5% chance for the big boy. 0.5% chance. We got a standard epic. That's deflating. All right, this is it. Last one. I'm afraid to press the button. 20% chance for mythical. 80% chance for gold. And I got the stupid 50% chance to get it outside of Chaos Awakes. So I gotta roll one, I gotta roll heads or tails here and get in the group, and then I gotta get a 20% chance. So what is it, a 10% chance to get a relic? I got a 10% chance to get one of these two. So now you're down to 50% chance. So I think I have a 5% chance of pulling the Crown of Corruption. Not great odds, huh? 5% chance, Crown of Corruption right here. Oh, come on, Crown of Corruption. We get gold, dang. That sucks. Skull of Treason, I'll take it. Got two of those, unfortunately. At least it's from the Chaos Awakes. So we got two Skull of Treasons. I don't remember pulling a Gilded Pinion. So we got a Gaze of Damnation. I don't remember. We did get a couple of these. Unfortunately, no mythicals out of that. 20% chance. Bummer. I mean, obviously I had an 80% chance of not getting them. All right, that is 200 relics pulled. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope it was entertaining. Please like and subscribe, and tell them, hopefully, let me know what you thought of that luck. Was that good? Is there anything in there that you said, ooh, that was a really one to get, that you saw me just not really recognize it while I pulled it? Definitely would love the comments on that. That was a lot of them. If you know which champs to put those on, I'd love any feedback on that too. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.